Okay, hey guys, what's going on? It's Amy again with Bargain Mama, and today is a DIY for these little tea light holders. Okay, so this is the one, I'm still letting it dry, but this is the one that you are going to see the DIY on today. And it ends with it just kind of, sorry, there's some glue on here. I literally just finished it. But anyways, it ends before I put this on there. But the whole kind of concept is there. So this is a terracotta pot, and this is the planter. You get them from Walmart. I believe these are like $147 and these are like 97 cents or something like that. Anyways, so I Mod Podged this napkin on. I still feel like it needs more, but sometimes I do too much. And then I do just put some greenery on it. So I wanted to show you some of the other ones that I made. So, well, first let me just show you. So you could use, which, I don't know about the little ones, but so for this one, I do feel like you obviously need a large one of these. This is just the LED light from the Dollar Tree. I had pulled the tab and turned it on, but let's be honest, it's not really showing much. So for this, if I was just going to leave it in here, I would put, you're not gonna be able to see it very good, but I would put some more gold and stuff just to add some more color around this. And then probably put something down in the bottom, but I don't know that I'm going to leave this tea light or this LED, this one's not a tea light, but this LED candle in here. But so this is one of my LED candle holders. So there's that one. Again, this is just a Dollar Tree napkin, Mod Podged with some buttons. But this is the actual tutorial that's going to be in the video you're about to watch. But the other ones are actually more my favorite. Let me show you guys. Oh, I have something glued to my finger here. Anyways. So this one is they're all my favorites. So here we go. This is my little red truck one. So what I did is it's the same exact concept as the other one. It's just the terracotta bottom, the terracotta top. And what I did is I used the Dollar Tree fabric and I Mod Podged it on here. And I love it. I do love it. And then I put just some greenery down here under the bottom to add a little bit. This is an ornament that I believe I got from Dollar Tree at the end of last year, maybe Family Dollar. And it had a little string already hanging, so I just hung it from right there. And I did just paint it red and whitewash it. And then these are the Dollar Tree truck and the Dollar Tree little camper. But if you look closer, I used just a little piece of black string to kind of connect the two so that they didn't just look like they were sitting alone on there. I don't know if you can see it, but I just connect them. I also whitewashed the top of the tree and the sides of, the top of the truck and the sides of the truck. And the camper was already whitewashed, like had the snow on the top, but I did just add a little bit more to it just so that it matched the rest of my decor. But you all, look at this, so cute. So they have so many different colors of the LED candles at Dollar Tree or wherever you want to go, but look at this candle holder. Like, could you see this just sitting there? Now, like I said, everything except for the pots and this are from the Dollar Tree. How cute are these? Like, so cute. So there is another idea for you. And then I made this one, again, same concept, painted the bottom, painted the top, glued them together. This was a sock from the Dollar Tree, and I did just cut it and then make it look like a scarf. And then on the top right here, I used the blue faux snow from the Dollar Tree. So I did just put like Mod Podge on the bottom, and then I put the blue snow on the top and then shook off whatever was there. And then I did use a spray sort of like finisher to make sure that like it didn't really come off very much. So I did not Mod Podge over this because I felt like it would take too much of the blue snow. So it is just like a spray Mod Podge on the top. But then once I put the Christmas tree and the little snowman, so this is just one of the Christmas trees that come in the packages from the Dollar Tree. And this is one of the snowmen that come in like the 3 little fairy garden things. But if you look, I did also add the little blue snow to the bottom of both of those, just so they fit in there good. And then you could definitely use this one. Oh, I just noticed I had a phone call. This one I would not have used. I would use the bright white one in this one right here. but it is just so you can see what it would look like with the candle actually in it. Then you could also just use this small one. You could use a little bucket and put it in there since it's kind of snow. You could do whatever you want. Again, whatever candle I decided to use, I would embellish it a little bit to go along with the holder itself. So there's that one. And then my last one is this one. So this one right here was the first one I actually made. And I still think I need to add more to it. But like I said, sometimes I just go overboard. So again, the terracotta pot and the pot and the bottom of it. This is Epsom salt that I did just Mod Podge on. And then I Mod Podge the Epsom salt, which is coming off. See, that's what I'm talking about, guys. You never know what's going to happen. So I need to reglue that. But anyways, that was cute. If this wasn't the last one, we would not be showing this video. Anyways, so I'll just glue it back on. So now I can take it off. It is a small little terracotta pot that I put snowballs in. So this is where I was going with this one. When I first did and these are just the little holly berries from the Dollar Tree. When I first did this one, I was like, oh, well, I'll just put an LED light in here because how cute would that be? But it is so plain over here that I'm thinking it would be so cute, now that I can move this, to put, no, that's too big. So again, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one. This one is obviously difficult because it's the only piece that fell off, but this says snowballs. So I think I'm going to put red around the top of this. It is just way too plain for me. And then I will probably put some faux snowballs in there. And then I'm going to use a much skinnier taper LED candle and put it over here on the side. But these are just a couple of the little ideas. I cannot believe that fell off. That's kind of goes along with my life. But I don't know. This one would probably be my favorite. I'm not sure. But again, so I mean, how cute. So again, this DIY shows you how to make the first one that I showed you with the Christmas tree on it. But these are just a couple of the ideas how you can like decorate them and just kind of use your own imagination. So I really hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that this does not come up in a box this small. And if you have any questions, this is my first time ever making these also, but I will try to answer them. And I hope you all enjoy. So please stay tuned for the DIY video. Okay, so let's get started. I am going to use these brushes that I got from the Dollar General. Love them, love them, love them. So we're just going to start off with the terracotta pots and the bottom of it. And so we are just going, this is not really going to be seen very much. We are just putting like a base coat on here. So we are just going to put it white. So because we are going to Mod Podge something on top of this. So yeah, we just need kind of like a base at this point, but some of it might show, so because you never know. So I am just going to take this, and again I'm just going to paint this whole entire base white. And I'm telling you, first somebody said I talk too much on my videos, which I talk too much in life, so I don't want to keep you on here very long because you know how to paint. But I do want to point out that these brushes are some of the best brushes that I've ever used, and it puts this paint on so easy. So I am just going to, like I said, really quick cover this in white and cover the other piece in whites, and then I will show you guys the rest. So we have painted our terracotta. I do paint just a little bit towards the inside so that this edge gets painted a little bit. And then I did paint the top and the bottom, and I will touch it up once I realize what spots are going to be like wide open on it. And then, so this was the napkin that I opted to use, and I did just cut or tear around the edges. And then I measured it, so our pot is going to set up this way. So I did just kind of put this towards the top right here, and then measure down kind of how far I thought it would go. There will be a little bit sticking out on the edge, and I can tear that off. And then we do have to remember that this will be sitting on the top, but that's okay. So anyways, I did, and then I tore off the back of this, and then I did keep this bottom part because then I was like, well, maybe I'll want to I don't know yet, but maybe I'll want to like Mod Podge the packages around the edge. I'm not sure yet, but so I did just save that. And so now we are just going to Mod Podge our design on. So here we go. I don't think I want the bigger one. Let's see. Okay, so I am just going to put some Mod Podge on the back of my napkin. And I'm going to put it on pretty thick because I don't want to rip my napkin. So it is a 2-ply, and I did take off like the one ply, so it's now a 1-ply. I like to really get my edges because for some reason my edges never want to stick. So I'm just, like I said, Mod Podging this whole back of this napkin. I'm trying to go fast because I don't want it to Mod Podge to my paper here, which will happen and has happened. This is the Dollar Tree like palette. I absolutely love this Dollar Tree palette. It is so amazing. So I'm just going to, this is what I'm not good at, but I wanted to show you guys because we don't all have to be perfect at everything. And so sometimes when I watch these things, I'm like, how do they do that so easily? So anyways, I'm just going to kind of put that right there. And then we are just going to kind of push it down into this crack right here. Kind of push it around, dabbing it a little. And then like this. So now that I think it's like the correct size on here, I'm just going to Mod Podge over the top. So it is going to be crinkly a little bit, which is perfectly fine with me. So now we are just Mod Podging over the top of it. And I'm using, I should have told you, I'm using a matte. I think that this looks very vintagey. And so I didn't want to use a gloss because I felt like the gloss would take away from how kind of vintage it looked. So I am using a matte Mod Podge, but you could use whatever you want, and you could use whatever napkin you wanted. This is just one that I chose. So now we are just going to kind of pat it down in the center right here. There we go. So that it stays down there. And then we'll just kind of form it around here a little. So let's see. So let's see here. All right, so again, like, let me get it kind of close so you can see. It is kind of crinkly, but again, I like that because it is very, what am I thinking? It's just kind of very, this is a very vintage thing anyway, so it shouldn't be perfect. And so just so that I don't cut it off too soon and the bottom looks unfinished, I am putting some Mod Podge down here to kind of curl this under. And then I'll tear it off on the inside a little bit, just again, so that the outside looks very finished. So I'm just gonna kind of leave that under there for a minute until it dries, and then I'll rip off like what I don't want and stuff. And then I don't want that under there though, so we'll rip that off. So now again, I am just kind of going around and making sure that it's down everywhere I want it down. And then, okay, so it is pretty Mod Podge down, so we're going to leave this alone for a minute while it dries. And then we can work on the lid. So on the lid, I am still deciding if I want the presents around the edge or do I want ornaments around the edge. So, but I don't obviously want like the bottom part of the tree because that would just look kind of silly. So let's try to as much as we can, kind of rip off the bottom of the tree and kind of put the presents there. There we go. So let's see how that would look. I don't even know, like I said. I think that it actually, let's see. So here is our tree, which that would be there. We could put these like down around the bottom here at the bottom of the tree, which would be kind of cute. I'm just thinking to myself, like, do I really want the presents on top of the tree up here? So I don't know. I'm going to decide, am I just going to put some fabric? This is what it looks like with the presents on top. I'm not sure yet. Again, I'm just going to save some of this. I'm going to see what I'm going to do. And then I will come back on and let you guys know. Right now I am just going to let this dry though. And so we have Mod Podged on this napkin. Okay, so I think I have my idea. What I did is this ribbon I got from the Dollar Tree. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Love it. I got 2 of these because it's so pretty. So it was starting to come apart here at the end. So I did just unravel the gold because I thought it would be very cute. And then I realized that this one piece of gold right here is 2 pieces. So I thought that was even more amazing. So, and then these are just some ideas. And then I did gather some red buttons that I think would be really cute to like 3D this piece right here. And then also I had hauled the garland from the Dollar Tree, but I also hauled the pieces of the garland from the Dollar Tree. But the reason I wanted to show you these are like the pieces that come from the Dollar Tree, but it didn't fit all the way around. So I would have had to like put 2 together, cut more. So I opted to just cut the long garland. So I had bought like the big thing of the garland from the Dollar Tree. So I just cut that piece so I didn't have to worry about gluing anything else together, so I could put it around the edge right here. But so I think that my plan is to use this gold. I really want to 3D this a little bit. And so I'm going to use this gold right here that I split into the 2 pieces. And I am just going to outline the star. I mean, you could leave it like this. That's beautiful. But yeah. Some people will be like, oh my gosh, that's too much. But for me, I was like, no, I really just wanted to like 3D it. Okay, so I guess my super glue lid is super glued to the top. Like, I don't know how well, actually I know how it happened because I super glued it, but okay. So, okay, so hold on, I'm gonna have to get another glue. Okay, so I have a lot of other glue, so we'll see what happens. Does this dry clear? All-purpose adhesive, we're gonna see. We'll try this. I don't know, actually, if this one's been cut. Hold on one second. Yes. Okay, so I don't know, I feel like everything settles at the bottom, so I have to do that. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the glue on the edge here. I'm obviously not going to do the whole thing at once. I don't know if you can see those 2 pieces I did right there. You could probably use a toothpick, to be honest, and that would probably get it more precise and save glue from getting on your fingers. But, so that's, I don't know if you can see it, that's what I'm going to do all the way around the star, and then we will complete our decorating process. So here is what, it just came undone, of course, so hold on. So here is what my star on the top looks like. I just like that it's 3D. You could either do a better job or put a different star on there or just leave it alone however you want it. So I am now going to place my red buttons on top of where my red ornaments are on my tree. So I'm just going to put a dab of hot glue right there and then add a button. So there's that one. Then another dab, obviously, another button. I'm only putting these where the red ones are. You could definitely fill in the gold ones, and there's a blue one, and you could leave it, you could do whatever you wanted. These are just things that I'm opting to do to mine. You could do it so many different ways, and you could do this same exact Mod Podge on here and you know, do like three different styles. So I don't know. Now I'm looking, I'm like, why did they put the red so odd? But I may go back in and just put a gold there just because. But so this is what it looks like that. So for right now, I'm going to leave my tree alone. And now I'm going to take my top piece and I'm going to glue my garland around. So I am going to put a lot of glue on here because this garland does not like to stick to glue. Let me just tell you that. So I am gluing my garland right here. And then I find it, I mean, you know, I'm not a professional at all, but I find it easier if I glue in certain sections instead of just waiting and letting it wrap all the way around, just because when it bends and stuff, I feel like it pops the hot glue up. And so I just put glue in like little sections around here. So I am just placing hot glue in random sections. You can trim this down, you can move it around, put, you know, your tree leaves, whatever, however you want it. Right now, like I said, I'm just trying to get my garland to stick. And then I have, like I said, done this before, and it tends to pop my garland up if I don't do it in sections around. So that's why I'm doing this. So here is more. Of course, I stuck my finger in glue because what kind of a video would it be if I did not stick my finger in it? And then, hold on. So, there we go. So now this will wrap around to the back. And we will try to make sure that it's stuck down. Okay, so it's stuck down. So we cut it down, and so this is just our garland hanging out around the edge here. And then I did look, and these are the pieces, individual pieces that I bought from the Dollar Tree. And so I was thinking that this would be kind of cute, like around the bottom here. Again, these are just decoration ideas, so you could leave it alone, do whatever you want. Like I said, I've been told I do too much and I should just leave stuff alone, but I'm opting to put this around the bottom. So now we are just going to and it fits perfectly on the edges of the Christmas trees. So if you wanted to wrap this all the way around, it would not fit around the bottom of this pot. Like I said, it will if you look, like it's perfectly only going to go to the edge of the tree, which you didn't get to see because my hand was in the way, but I'll show you. See, it's already coming up. I felt it pop up on the other side because I didn't hold it down long enough. So if you look right here, it's already popping up. So I am just going to glue this down, and then, oh, it popped up in two places. I'll be right back. So I did use hot glue, and then I put E6000 down also. And then I couldn't find my regular clamps, so I just opted to use this to hold it down. So there we go, that's holding my thing down. And now we are going to place our top piece on top of our bottom piece, but we want to make sure where our two pieces came together. And honestly, if we have to look this hard, then it probably doesn't matter. And you want to make sure that like the pretty part is kind of in the front. So whatever part you like the most, just make sure that it's in the front. So this is what it's going to look like. I might trim down this top a little bit because now I'm like, with all this green on it, it looks like a, it looks slightly like a, I don't know, a grassy area. Actually, I'm going to take some gold or brown paint and I'm actually going to whitewash this a little bit. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. So I did, if you see, I did whitewash it a little bit, and now I've outlined the edge with E6000, and I'm outlining the inner part with hot glue, and then I'm making sure that my top is on here correctly, and I'm just pushing down. So there is E6000 and hot glue in here. So hopefully it will stick. So you do have to be kind of quick because obviously the hot glue dries fast. I definitely feel like I have to cut this down. Like I look like I don't even know what I'm trying to make here. So I definitely am going to cut this down and then put some, I don't know, it needs more bling, I feel like. So it is on the top, and this is our Christmas tree, and this is that part, but we are going to put something around the edge right here to make it just a little bit more, I guess, kind of blingy. So let's see if we take these off, if that will hold now. It's coming back up again. So I'll let these stay on here for a little while, and then if they don't stick, then I'll just re-glue them. But so far this is what we have, but I am going to trim down quite a bit of this green because it's just too much. So remember the top piece was the garland, which is obviously going to have more pieces than the bottom piece because the bottom piece was like actual kind of Christmas tree extra pieces. And so garland is obviously going to be more kind of furry, I guess. Just dawned on me. I'm just clipping away and now I'm gonna have to pick up all these pieces and sweep. So that looks like that's going to be fun. But again, I am just going to go around and give it a haircut. And then I'm going to go into my stash because I'm definitely not happy with all the green. It needs something. It definitely needs something less. So yeah, here is just, yeah. Anyways, so this is what it looks like right now. And now we are going to go try to find some more bling to put on here.